say to all the parents in the audience, Hollow Earth in this trilogy is very much PG.
Oh, yes, it is. Yeah, but there you go.
I know that, but yes.
Yeah, it is.
It's got a little edge to it, but...
Listen, she's had come down the stairs having erotic dreams about Twilight. No, anyway, go ahead.
Sorry.
Well, I do want to ask, when you're creating your characters and you're just thinking about writing, do you ever write anything specifically that if it went to screen that you would want to play the character?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, in fact, well...
That was one of the criteria.
One of the things, John from the very beginning said whatever we write, he would like to play a part in it. And right now, for those of you who have read the series, you know this, Simon is who he would like to play.
Who's read it? Who's read it?
Okay, so not too many people.
Yeah,
There's a character...
But originally, I didn't want to be in it full time because I wanted to be able to do my other shows and I structure things like that. So I then said, why don't I play a character that maybe is only in, I won't say who, but maybe is only in a little bit.
But here's what we could say, because it's not really a big horribly big spoiler, but we started these books before John got into Arrow, and the character that we thought he would play in the book is the father of the twins, the Calder twins, and his name is Malcolm. Isn't that weird? And the reason we picked Malcolm is because we're picking a lot of Scottish names, and it's from Shakespeare, Macbeth, and so on and so forth, and so we picked Malcolm.
Yep.
And then he ends up, he called me and he said, you'll never guess I'm going to play Malcolm in Arrow. So I think maybe...
With Simon, but also when we talk to other TV companies, they're like, if you're gonna be in it, we want you in it, and we want you to be in it a while. So we then went back and we said we got to make Simon.
We kind of punch Simon up a little bit.
Punch him up a little bit, because I want to play a dad, and so if I do it, I'll play Simon. I'll be the father of Zach. So I'm gonna have to learn how to sign and do all that stuff, which I think is great which is awesome. Because with my pantomime, when I do it in the UK, we always have, I make sure we do signing shows, and we have, do more than one, because I think it's, and I always, with signers, I know how to fart in sign language. I know the kids, the 13-year-old stuff, but what I think is really awesome is when signers are on stage with us and start really living the moment and living the text and doing that. So if I'm able to sign, I can sign while I
It was actually while we were working on the book, and we came up with that, we thought it would be really cool to learn how to do it. So it is really kind of, it's something on our list if we have time.
Yeah.
Would you learn American or British language?
Well,
I know they're different, but don't complicate it right now. wherever it is.
the book's set in Britain,
Yeah.
and it's set in Scotland, so we maybe have to do some kind of a version. But when you go onto the website, right now, I think it might be British Sign that's on, but we have an alphabet on there. But as the popularity of the trilogy grows, and we hope it will, then we'll figure out the website over here, and we'll put American on there, and we'll make it, we've got all sorts of links, and yeah, it's an important part of the book.
Yes. Go over where we were there.
Okay.
Hi. First of all, John, I love you so much in Torchwood and Doctor Who. My question is, obviously you collaborate with each other in these books, but I was wondering how much of an influence are your other friends and family and cast members and things on your books and this?
Well, they're a huge influence. Especially family, because most of the people in the books are directed at family members. Jeannie is actually a cross between my grandmother and our grandmother, Mark, and her sister, Jeannie, who used to babysit us when we were kids. And
She's the housekeeper in the Abbey, the medieval Abbey that the twins go to live in Scotland.
And she, so she's a huge part. She's the, when my parents used to have their weekends and stuff, and we'd go up, she's the one, Jeannie was the one, Martin would scratch my back, and Jeannie then, this is so hysterical, Jeannie, I'd say, Jeannie, Jeannie, cool it down for me, and she'd go, and cool down the itching, and it was like the most comforting feeling to have this old lady spit on your back.
The wonderful thing about both of these women, and those you'll appreciate that they were very much old school Scottish Glasgow grands.
Yeah, and they were very protective of us. The kind of thing, see you touch that Wayne, I will club you in my handbag.
And they always
wore hats. They always wore hats. cats, they were always dressed. When they were going shopping for groceries, they were done.
Oh yeah. And I think when you encounter Jeannie in the books, the character is awesome.
Yeah.
And I don't think there's a character like her in adventure stories.
No, none. And also, Martin, the island, which is a fictional island based on a real island in Scotland, off the coast of Ayrshire. That's named after my grandmother for reasons.
Called her Martin.
We called her Martin because when she was a little girl, she couldn't say her name Marion, so she called herself Martin, which was Mern Anderson. She could never say it, so she was called Martin all her life. Yeah, she's a don't get us all.
She was pretty awesome.
She was awesome. She was like she lived with us till
she had a stroke.
She had a stroke.
When she was in her 60s,
and my mother
moved in with us.
My mother would not leave. My mother was an only child and would not put her mom into a care home. So she lived with us.
She emigrated with us for that reason.
So we grew up with her in the house. So that's why those characters. That's why I have a real thing for. We both do. And I dislike seeing people treat old people badly. And I am real.
We will call people out in lines.
I will call people out in public about it, and I will be really vocal because I think it is awful when people do that. Anyway, apart from that,
so
I don't know.
There's
lots of connections. Scott Sandy is named after Scott's sister who lost to brain cancer, and we wanted to put her in there because she never got to live the life with her kids.
So now she gets to be a mom forever.
So it's things like that. There's lots of stuff. And if, sometime we'll do a whole list about it and let you know.
But it's so much fun when young readers figure this out. I was doing a reading at my little town library in Wauwatosa, Wisconsin, and there was a little girl, sitting in the back of the library, and she put her hand up right away for a question. And she said, Hollow Earth opens with a quote from William Blake. She knew who William Blake was. She's about 9, right? And I said, yes, it does. And she said, on this page, I forget which page number it is, but she had the page and she flipped to it. There is a character called Blake William. Did you do that deliberately? I was like, yes!
So girls are going to save the world. Vote Hillary.
Because she said, I've been dying to ask you that since I read the book for the second time.
Thank you, sweetheart. Yes, we have 5 minutes left, so we'll try to be quick.
Hi, guys.
Hi.
Thank you very much for coming to con. Appreciate it.
No problem.
Alright, so, thank you for coming, and this year, what has been the best part of con for you guys? Hopefully it's not been yelling about you looking at some guys.
Actually, those are fun moments too, because that's what makes the con special. But what makes it, for me, is I get to come here and I get to be a fanboy also, and I get to be silly and have fun, and that's why I come to them. Of course, we're earning a living a little bit, a bit, and we know that, and we appreciate that, and that's why we love to do these panels. That's why we are open books, no pun intended, to you guys, because we know that you are also coming and spending hard-earned money. And for us to be walking through don't worry, a little fruit on the floor never hurt anybody. When we're doing on the floor or walking around stuff, you guys, it's just a fun experience, and we appreciate it. And we're not pretentious, we're not up our own rears,
Don't go there.
But I know so many other actors that,
They come and then they leave.
They come and leave, they do the thing, they're like, that's it, we're out of here. And you know what? It's about the experience. If I were not on TV doing what I do, if we were not writing books, we'd be sitting there with you guys. And it's like yesterday when I went in, I snuck into the back of Carole's panel, and I just said to people were turning around, I could see people ready to burst, and I'm like, please don't, because
I did not know he was
I
there.
want to be a listener, not the center of attention. And I want to, let her have her moment, because if I did it, that's why I waited right to the end to ask the silly questions and be silly. Because if I did it at the beginning, it would have gone off track. So everyone, even, from the bathrooms to the panels, I love.
Well, and what I should say too is, John and I have done Comic-Con a number of times, but I'm a virgin DragonCon. So, this is my first time, and I'm kind of in awe and in shock and having a marvelous time. And I'm having awesome geek moments. I saw a couple of doctors, and I made John introduce me.
Well, at dinner last night, she was all over Richard Hatch.
And Halo from Battlestar Galactica.
I was all over her. I was driving my pump.
That's what's really fun about having a gay brother. We like the same men.
I was skiing